way too early in the morning to be starting some impromptu writing project, but that publisher wants the first draft before Easter. And I guess I gotta get started on this thing, but I just don't have any ideas. So this is the entire draft. I guess any great story starts with chapter 1. Actually, no, I'm gonna spell it out. Alright. So, chapter... I don't like the font. Where's the one that I usually use? This one, I guess. Chapter 1. Wait, no. That's probably more like it. The creature. Oh, wait. Before I even start with that, I really honestly should create the plot, because I guess that's what writers do. Okay, so a group of 4 explorers encounter a mythological, how do you spell that? Mythological woodland creature in the redwood forest. Of California. That's really what they want, because apparently stories about weird mythological creatures stalking people in a forest is the height of horror stories, and that's what they want. Before I continue, I need to take a sip of my coffee, because it's way too early for this, I'm telling you. Yeah, that coffee is black, just the way I like it. No sugar, no cream, but I still feel like a zombie. Speaking of which, let me make that a side note. Might be zombies involved. The 4 explorers must survive in the forest and escape the woodland creature. Bigfoot, Yeti. I don't entirely know what the creature is supposed to be, but I'm gonna have to guess. So we got the plot. We need to set up the rest of the story. We need the setting. Whoops, I spelled that wrong again. Oh man, let me check my phone real quick. I think I got a message from the publisher. What do they want? I can't believe they want me to do this. I'm just so tired of this. Why did I choose a career in fiction? Oh man, okay. So, story takes place in California. Redwood Forest. We gotta get the year. Let's just put 2015. Just because that was a particularly good year for me. That was the year I took a vacation from writing, and it was great. And then, I guess we need, like, a city within California. I'm not very familiar with California. So, what I'm gonna do is city TBD. I gotta do more research. I wish I could just make something up. Okay, now we have to create our characters. And I know so far we're gonna have 4, so I'm just going to number them. I don't know what I just did there. Yeah. Alright. New text for number 3, and then new text for number 4. So let's create these characters. Let's just consider this one a main protagonist. I'm gonna need some help with that, to be honest. So let's go with male. We do need alliteration. That is gonna be super important because it's gotta be a catchy name. Okay. I think everything else is fine. And I suppose it's gonna do a bunch of different names. Whoops, my bad. Okay, so I don't really know. I don't know how this is gonna go. What am I missing here? Okay. Generate. Now, I have to decide from this list what I would pick. And of course, there's a lot of great names here. I mean, this is it. For a main character, there's alliteration to the name, and I'll tell you which one stands out to me. Nesbitt Newman. Oh my gosh, that is it. So this is gonna be the one. Mr. Nesbitt Newman. Okay. I like that so far. I want to get the one font that I like. Yeah, Nesbitt Newman. Okay. Nesbitt is the leader and knows the most about the Redwood Forest because he is the only one who was born in a forest under a big oak tree raised by wolves, allegedly. He is in major credit card. He's in major credit card debt. Still has student loans. Accepts job offer to snap rare pick of woodland creature for Nature Magazine. Yeah, now that's rich. That's rich. If he takes the picture of the mythological creature, he will be paid nicely. So, what have I already done for Nesbit? Okay, I've given him motivation to do this. Alright. The other characters I will have to figure out as I go along. Their stories are going to be less elaborate because people will care about them much less than the main protagonist. Okay. So, we have to start with chapter 1. And this is going to be really fun. Or so they say. What I like doing is, on this second panel, I like to have the notes about our friend Nesbit so that we know what we're doing. So, let's just start out the story. It was a sunny... No. It was an overcast October afternoon in the redwoods. A silent but deadly creature roamed the forest with agile feet and a hunger. Wait a minute. Can I not? There we go. So, any author will tell you that having a good beginning is the key to keeping the readers engaged. Let's narrate this sentence and just make sure it rolls off the tongue. Coffee. Okay. It was an overcast October afternoon in the redwoods. A silent but deadly creature roamed the forest with agile feet and a hunger. And let's use a grammatically incorrect sentence fragment to create emphasis for humans. This creature was known by many names. The terror of the redwood forest. Let's see, the deer eater. I might have to question that because it had a hunger for humans, so we'll get it back into that later. Legends about this rare creature dated back to the early 1800s. It was even said that this creature was alive during the Jurassic Age. Like I said, this isn't final. I'll have to change some of this stuff, but we are going to just work with what we have. Okay, we're just gonna work with what we have. Okay, now we've set the stage for the woodland creature, but now we need to introduce our characters. But any good author would tell you, you never introduce the main protagonist first. You always introduce a minor character first. That's how it's supposed to be. So we need a name for the minor character, and I can't think of anything, so sorry. What should it be? What should it be? Alright, let's go with a female name. And wait a moment. Hold on a second. I gotta make sure that alright. Gotta make sure that I have this where I need it to be. Okay. Right. Generate names. Okay. There's way too many choices. I wish it would give me like 4 choices. So what looks good? What really stands out to us? What about, I do see a Nellie Newman, but I kind of picture Nesbitt Newman falling in love with one of the characters, so I can't make the other character a Newman because that would just be weird. How about dang, there's so many good names. Ooh, I love this one. Julie Judge. That is it. That is it. Yep. Yes. Julie Judge. I don't like that it's a different style though. I want to keep the same formatting. Okay. At the time the creature was prowling, a zoological researcher and famous sculptor. Is that how you spell sculptor? Because I want this minor character to have many different talents. So, at the time the creature was prowling, a zoological researcher and famous sculptor, Julie Judge. And yeah, I am gonna capitalize every letter of the last name because it's gotta stick, okay? It's got to stick. So, at the time the creature was prowling, a zoological researcher and famous sculptor, Julie Judge, was camping by herself. At around 10 in the morning, she woke from a dreamless sleep inside her neon orange tent. As she was exiting the comfort of her sleeping bag, she heard rustling outside of her tent. Worried, she grabbed her she's got to have some type of protection, so let's just say pepper spray. let's see. She thought to herself. Actually, no, let's do it like this. Glad I brought the pepper spray. She thought. Okay. So you see what I'm doing right now is I'm building up the tension, because even though I started this thing talking about the woodland creature, you never know what it's gonna be. As the tension rose, Julie slowly and dramatically unzipped the entrance to her tent. She was prepared to spray pepper at a bear or a woodland wolf. But when she opened the tent, she only discovered a rabbit. Let's see. The rabbit eyed her with curiosity. That's a hard one to spell sometimes. The rabbit eyed her with curiosity, set to run with her first move. That doesn't make sense. The rabbit eyed her with curiosity. We'll just leave it there. Julie Judge. I want to occasionally write down her last name because it's so good. Okay. The rabbit eyed her with curiosity. Julie Judge was reminded. I have a better one. The sight of the rabbit reminded Julie Judge of her friend who was a native of the forest. What was his name again? Nesbit, right? Nesbit Newman. The sight of the rabbit reminded Julie Judge of her friend who was a native of the forest, Nesbit Newman. Why? Because Nesbit had a pet rabbit named Scott. Okay. And I am not going to expound on that detail at all. Because as a writer, you have to know when to leave things to the imagination. Because I know some of you are very curious about the rabbit named Scott, and that can be saved for the sequel or another story or whatever, but it's not going to be important to this story right now, so I'm sorry about that. Okay. So, I want to reread that last paragraph to make sure it sounds okay to the reader. I mean, not that I care. I'm not even gonna edit this book much. It's just gonna be sold as is. So, and the publisher can whine and rant all they want. I'm gonna try to use my narration voice, so excuse me. As the tension rose, Julie slowly and dramatically unzipped the entrance to her tent. She was prepared to spray pepper at a bear or a woodland wolf. But when she opened the tent, she only discovered a rabbit. The rabbit eyed her with curiosity. The sight of the rabbit reminded Julie Judge of her friend who was a native of the forest, Nesbit Newman. Why? Because Nesbit had a pet rabbit named Scott. Okay. Chapter 2. Okay. So, I need to take a break. I need to take my 10-minute nap before I go on to the next chapter. It kind of cleanses the brain's palate, if you will. But I'm gonna include notes on what I want out of the next chapter. Okay, so more details on Nesbit. More scenes of woodland creature. And let's see what else. I think I also want to introduce Nesbit's pet dog. And then that will probably be all of chapter 2. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna take that nap now because I'm worn out from all this writing. It's just, I have to tell you, it's exhausting. So, anyway, catch you later, I guess. Bye.